Hey friends, it's Lori. Welcome back to The Generous Poor, where we're saving smarter, spending intentionally, and pouring into the life we love. It's a chilly, sun peeking out kind of November day here in Connecticut, and today we are doing our full credit card unstuffing, taking that money back to the bank because I do swipe my card, but I make sure that I pay that back every month because I'm not looking to add additional credit card debt into my life right now. And so we're going to be taking that money back to the bank, and then we're going to be doing our budget and plan for paycheck number 3, which is really crazy to say. I can't even believe it's middle of November. I feel like I've been cash stuffing my Thanksgiving envelope for months and months and months, just thinking it was further than it is, and now it's like in less than 2 weeks. So, or I think it is in 2 weeks. Anyway, we are going to be budgeting $2,620, and I'm super excited to get into this. But before we dive into the numbers, let me just say that groceries, outrageous. Dining out feels like it's even worse. I don't know what's happening out there, but it feels like everything doubled overnight. So today is going to be a good reminder that this system still works even when prices don't. It helps me stay within my budget. And honestly, when I go to the grocery store and I see what's in my binders or what's in my grocery envelope, it makes me sort of make different choices and maybe, you know, spend a little less here or look for the places that have better prices instead of sort of this convenient shopping. So, and Thanksgiving is officially fully funded, which feels so good. One less thing to stress about. I'm still working hard on debt. I shifted a few categories around, and I'm going to film a full binder reset video. I kind of just scaled back some things and merged some stuff just to make it feel a little bit better. I've been doing this almost about a year now, and it feels like I'm starting to get into my own and understand what works for our family. So let's get into the credit card purchases. So what I do with my wallet is I keep my envelopes in my wallet when there's money in them. And as I spend out of them, I put them into my overflow binder. So if you can see in here, I have generosity and buffer. I've already used those 2 categories. So we're just going to tuck that right in there. I'll put this off to the side. And let me grab this is my budget binder. And we will just go through my categories. I have been using cash a little bit more than I usually do. And so my envelopes, I don't have that much that I need to unstuff or that I think I have to unstuff. This is great because it helps me go, oh, you didn't think you spent this much, but you did, or vice versa. You think you spent a lot and you really didn't. So anyway, let's get into this and let's go into, let's just go into groceries. So groceries is going to be $158 plus $146. And just a reminder, I cook for 10 girls in our town Monday through Thursday. And so this also includes money that I'm pulling out for them. So 304, and let's see what we have in here. I do remember getting this nasty $1 bill. So hopefully that's going to be going back to the bank. So 1, 2, 3. And then we have, let's grab this one. 1, it doesn't even sit in the cash tray. It's so flimsy. 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have exactly the right amount, which is kind of a miracle. And I had to turn some lights on today because we're having a weird weather week this here. It's like gloomy and snowy, and the sun has barely been peeking out. So sorry about that if there's a glare or anything like that. Okay, spending is going to get 19. And we have 20, and so it'll get back 1. So now it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have $7 left in spending. We went into the city last weekend to spend my birthday with my kids, and we walked around and we bought little things. And so New York City's fun because there's so many opportunities to actually pay cash. In fact, the vendors, I think, enjoy it. Household, I don't believe has anything in it. Out and about, which is my dining out, sort of anything that's out and about. And we're going to put that 10 in. So there's that. It just feels like sometimes the bigger cities, you know, they're more equipped to handle your cash. because I know in some small places it's usually you have to swipe. So now let's get into the categories that I spent out of. So I said we went into the city this weekend and I did buy some more Christmas gifts. So let's get into, oh wait, Pearl. So Pearl is our Siberian Husky, and I keep her money, her $30 every week in my overflow. I don't even carry it around because we put it on a credit card, but I like to keep track of it. So it's always kind of cash. Maybe I should start doing placeholders, but I don't know. This system is working for me. I kind of like the cash, the feeling of it. So Pearl is done. Okay, and then now let's go into this binder. So let's move this over here. And hopefully you're still in the frame. So we're gonna go into medical. I had an appointment, and so I had a copay. And so I have to take out $25 from this category. So we have 25. So I'll put that back here because this is prop money because I know I use it on my credit card. So we'll take out 25. So we have 95 left in here. Oh, wait a minute. We don't have 95. We have 105. So somewhere along the line, we added a 10, and I must not have kept track of it. So we'll just put that back in there. I know I've been trying to really keep this one funded because there are 5 of us that use this copay. So every time we go to the doctor, it's $25 or more. Hopefully that's not going to go up, but we will see. And then home maintenance is 50. Our vacuum, I had to take our vacuum in because hold on, 11, 14. And we're taking all the 20 out of here. So it's going to be 0. So let me do this real quick. So we're going to have 20 out of this one. And then I took 20 out of home improvement because the vacuum, so we're going to take 30. So that is going to be 0. So I've got to start I feel like I need to start putting more into my home maintenance and my home improvement because I am going through these pretty quickly. But anyway, our vacuum stopped sucking up. Like it just stopped. And so we had to take our vacuum in, and it was an easy fix, but it wasn't cheap. They just had to clear the tubes and different things. And then they changed like a filter on it. I was given a gentle reminder to pick up dog hair when I see it so that I'm not vacuuming it up and paying $50 to get somebody to clean it out. So that was kind of stinky. So anyway, that's gonna do it for this binder. Now we'll go into since it was my birthday, we are gonna take we went to a birthday lunch, and I'm gonna pull our birthday lunch out of that. So it was 150. Let's see if we got it. So we have 160. I don't know if we have a 10. Oh yeah, we do. Okay, hold on. I don't want to mess this up. So we're going to do 160. It's going to go in here, and a 10 is coming back. So we should have 15 left. So that's right, 150. So we have 15 left. Okay, so now my son's birthday is coming up next in January, so I'm going to have to cash stuff this a little bit more. But I mean, that's what you do it for, right? You do it so you can make sure that this is all ready when you need to spend it, and so you're not scrambling to figure out where to take it from. Okay, so now this is going to be Christmas. So this is coming out of Christmas, and I don't know if... So it was Christmas gifts. And so I'm going to pull 100 out of here. This is the envelope that I'm working on right now. So I might... So we have a $1,000 placeholder, and I don't believe I have... I'll just keep this in here. This is a tracker that I made, and so I'm going to do 380, just so I know how much I've spent out of this category. And then I'm going to have to pull out 100, which I'm going to do. So let's pull here. I don't think I have any more placeholders. I just have my fully funded. Oof. You know what I might do? Let's see if we have... So we have 50. Let's do 50. Because this just gets reallocated back into those. I just play with this money. 70, 90. I just play with this money to have a fun thing to do. And then I reallocate it back into, oh, here's a 10. Perfect. Into my category, into my envelope. So I just pulled that out. So here is 100 coming out of Christmas. And that looks like it will do it. Oh, wait a minute. Let me update this tracker. So I just took out 100. So now we have 24.40. And I can't believe it. I mean, the next holiday in a couple weeks is Christmas, which is wild to me. Really wild. Okay, so it looks like we just did everything. So let's count this up. So we should have $688 going back to the bank. And let's do this real quick. A lot of 20s. 1, 50, 10, and 5. Okay, so let's see how much we have here. And let me put some quick sort on my fingers before I should have done that before I started this. Okay, so we have 1, 50, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, and then 15. So we should have $363 in my cash tray going back to the bank. Let's hope. 1, 2, 3, 20, 40, 50, 61, and 63. Perfect. So we have exactly the right amount going back to the bank. So let me grab my binder, because I keep that back here. Whoops. In my bank deposit. So I will take this back to the bank, pay off my credit cards from what I put on there. And this is, you know, honestly, I love this part. You know, unstuffing your envelopes is how the system works. So this is how we stay accountable without the guilt and are able to participate in credit cards if you want to do that. So this is, you know, proof. So anyway, we will put that back right there. I will put this, actually, we are going to move on now to my cash planning. I'm going to put this off to the side. We'll just keep that right there. My envelopes will go back in my wallet. Because I will cash stuff tomorrow after I go to the bank and get my denominations out. So I will put this off to the side as well. And let's do that. Let's just clean up our area a little bit. I'm going to grab a pen. And we are going to get started. So we have $26.20 to work with this week. And groceries every week is $700. My personal spending. So we are a bi-weekly paid family. So this is for 2 weeks. And so this is the personal spending. Home is going to get 100. Out and about gets its 150, so 75 a week. Pearl gets 60, so she gets $30 a week. Generosity gets 20. Buffer gets 50 a week. And then my games and my minis. So my games every week is $50 per game, $150 per game. So that's going to be 300, and so for 2 weeks that's 600, and then my minis each week gets 50, and that goes into my debt binder. So let's grab my 500. This is my iris binder, and see what we're working on next. So it looks like we are working on. I might go with this one. 10. I might go the whole row. So 10, 30, 40, 50, 60, 75. So I'm going to do 75. I'm going to knock out this whole row because this is going to debt. So this binder goes straight to debt. So at the end of the month, I'm going to probably pull all of this. So we're going to do 75 for this one. I love these binders. It's just these fun, quick ways to save a little extra. And then this one, we're going to do 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. That's not right. 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So if we finish off that row, we are going to put in 90. So I'm going to do that. Only because I'm going to put a little more in this week for these because I kind of want to get them, I want to move through them. And especially since I already paid, I already fully funded Thanksgiving, which I was putting $100 in a week or every 2 weeks. I feel like we're in a good place. So my 5K, and this one is going to my son's tuition. We have a son who's in college. So we are just going to put in 50 in this one because this is a big challenge. And then my last Iris, well, this is my Iris inspired binder. I made this one. And this is my 10K. And I think we just, so this is going to my emergency fund. And so I made this tracker. And so it looks like we have 25 left to be able to put one of the hundreds. So I just put $25 into this every week and I keep it in this envelope until I have $200 to be able to move it into one of these envelopes in the back. And then next week I'll be able to cross off my first 200. So, you know, it's slow and steady. It's not going to be, it's not everything. And it feels sometimes like you're, you know, like a slow drip, but eventually your bowl or whatever you're dripping into is full and it feels like it appears pretty magically. So anyway, that's going to be $25 into that one. So let's go into okay, so we have $450 to put into our sinking fund. So I'm going to start with my high priority binder. And we will move this right here. I'm going to put this off to the side. And we are going to start with, and right now I'm sort of tackling some debt that I have out there. And so my debt is my number one thing, but I will do, when the debt is all paid off, I'm going to be focused on my month ahead and my emergency fund. But I'm still putting a little bit in here. So $10. And then emergency fund is also going to get $10. I'm going to move this to the side. So we have $430. And then I'm going to do home maintenance is going to get, we just cleared that out. So I'm going to do 20. Only because we're getting into the holidays. I just need to do a better job kind of funding these. Yard and garden in the new year. Kind of stretching them out over the months. So health, I try to always put one copay in here. Now I'm not sure if I put, well, we're going to find out. So, okay, so let's go into here. Travel and trips, I'm not going to do. Wellness. This is sort of like just different things. Beauty, massages, you know, things that's outside of kind of medical. And I'm just going to put in 5. Hobbies, I'm going to put in 5. And hobbies is, I'm going to be using it for, you know, my cash stuffing. I mean, it's a hobby of mine. Things that I want to buy on Etsy. I want to make sure that I build those into my plan. So, okay, that's it for my high priority binder. And then we're going to move to, this is one of my favorite binders, only because it just brings me so much joy. Okay, so this is now my boy number 1. We have 3 boys, and boy number 3. And Karen at the Faithful Dash puts in her envelopes for her kids money throughout the year. And I kind of started this late, and she gives it to them at Thanksgiving. And that's what I'm going to do. So they have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So they have 100. So I'm going to give everybody an extra 50. Because I'm going to give this envelope to them at Thanksgiving as sort of a boost to the holiday season, the giving season. And so, you know, hopefully it makes them, you know, appreciative and generous and all of that. So I'm going to do 35 in here because my birthday's envelope has 15, and I'm going to bring it up to 50. Like I said, one of my son's birthdays coming up in January, and so I need to start putting money into that. Gifts. is going to get 5. Celebrate is kind of special occasions. Our anniversary, my husband and I's anniversary, so we have $50 in there. I'm going to just put $10 in there. Seasonal activities, how much do we have in there? So this just is like a fund. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 50. I'm going to put in seasonal activities. This is like pumpkin picking. If we want to go to a show or do something, I'm going to put 50 to bring this to 500. And our kids are kind of in and out, and I just want to make sure I am funding the moments without having to say no that I didn't fund it. So seasonal activities, Thanksgiving is fully funded, which I'm super pumped about. Christmas goes into my Christmas binder, but I do keep an envelope in my holidays binder, my special occasions binder, because I want to remind myself that I need to fund that. I usually do about $100 a week. So this is one thing that has changed in my setup is instead of having 4th of July, Easter, New Year's Eve, that I'm just doing holiday next up and holiday on deck. So it's the next up holiday and the on deck holiday. So I have New Year's in here, and then I have Valentine's Day. Because I was just like putting $5 into all these envelopes, and it's like, if I have anything rolled over, if I don't use the $65 in New Year's, I'll roll it over into the one that comes forward after New Year's. So, and then so forth. And so I'm not putting all this money into envelopes that, you know, are 10, 11 months away, except for Christmas and stuff like that. So holiday, next, and holiday on deck. Hopefully you can see that. It's going to get 10. And then I'm going to do 10. But I also think that I stopped here. 35 minus 5 minus 10. Let me count this up. Okay, so we have 700 plus perfect. So that is 2620, and that is what I'm budgeting this month, this 2 weeks. I'm keeping debt in the mix. If you can see here that I'm funding some of these seasonal activities and different things like that, because my boys are going to be coming home from school and different things like that. And I want to make sure that we're still doing the things that we want to do as a family, while also paying off debt, which is honestly this games and minis category and my Iris binders. Because even though this month has been a month, and I thought I'd be further than I am now, but the truth is progress, and I'm still showing up. I'm still putting the $5 in. I never want to budget like I'm punishing myself, especially going into the holidays. So you may have noticed a couple of categories look different because I moved things around and simplified a little bit. But I'm still a zero-based, budgeter. But I'm letting my system evolve with me, and I promise I will walk you through the entire new setup in a few weeks, all envelopes, categories, all of it. But that is going to do it, and I will actually do this breakdown off camera. And that's our unstuffing and budgeting for November number 3. Tomorrow I'll come back to film my full cash stuffing November number 3 video and actually stuff these envelopes. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being on this journey with me. If you enjoyed this video or budgeted along with me, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, keep saving smarter, saving intentionally, and pouring into the life you love. See you tomorrow.